What is going on, you guys? I'm Mike.
I'm Bree.
Welcome to Fracture Compass, and today we will be discussing Halloween Horror Nights.
Universal.
Ooh. So, Halloween Horror Nights is probably my favorite Halloween event. Very, very excited for this year because I will be doing Hollywood, and I'm also going to Orlando out in Florida to do their event as well. So that's going to be really, really exciting. We are going to kind of discuss what those mazes were. We know for a fact that so far 3 things have been announced for Hollywood. That is Stranger Things, Trick or Treat, and the First Purge. So far we don't know the other houses, but we do have some speculations, and maybe they're right, maybe they're not. We don't know. But on the first video that you guys saw, the clip near Waterworld, we actually do not know what that maze is just yet. There are some rumors that it might be Poltergeist. There are some rumors that it might be something with like the classic monsters. But right now we don't know. So they're definitely building up, and they're definitely moving far along. I mean, they have to. It's going to be almost a month until they open. The second clip that you guys saw was actually the Trick or Treat tent, right behind the Mummy Queue. They always use that particular place because it's sort of like the center of all the attractions, because you have the back lot, you have the upper lot, and the lower lot, and so they want to put their like best like IP, or what's it called? IP attraction in there. You saw The Exorcist there, The Shining. So this year they're putting Trick or Treat there. Hopefully that one will be really, really good. I am not actually a huge fan of the maze style because of how narrow it is. But I still do enjoy the mazes there, and I really, really, really want Trick or Treat to be good this year. I think it has a lot of potential. Last year at Orlando, there was a scare zone that was Trick or Treat, and it was like absolutely amazing. They had a bunch of Sams running around. I don't know if you guys have seen the movies, but spoiler alert.
You guys need to see Trick or Treat.
It's super good. That is like the movie to watch. So they have, the trick or treaters. They have Sam, who's the little guy with a hoodie. They have the werewolves and stuff like that. And so I really want to see all of that in this maze. But I think the most thing that I am excited for is Stranger Things. I mean, you guys haven't watched the Netflix TV show. You guys have to, for sure. That is a very good show. And, that is actually going to be in a soundstage this year, which is going to have loads of potential. Hopefully, they'll, like, utilize all the lighting, as much special effects as they can. I mean, if they can put Jurassic Park in a soundstage, they better make the Upside Down look amazing. They better make Hawkins look amazing, because Stranger Things is a great show and has so much potential to be such a great maze. So now we did notice in this video that there is no maze or house being built where the Jurassic Park queue is. And John Murdy, who is on Twitter for Halloween Horror Nights, he's kind of like the director, the co-director of everything. He says that, like, for the most part, putting a maze behind Jurassic Park has been good luck, and that's where he really likes to do it. And he couldn't do it this year because, as you guys know, they are closing down Jurassic Park September 3rd to make way for a brand new attraction called Jurassic World, so they're not going to be able to put a maze back there, which is why I'm assuming Stranger Things was originally planned to be there, and now it's in a soundstage, because they typically don't do soundstages. They did for Alien vs. Predator a couple years back in 2014, but this year it's coming back, and so I think that's the reason why. But I'm very, very excited for that. Now, also, we know one other IP maze coming out, and that is the First Purge, and that is going to be where Ash versus the Evil Dead and Krampus was, right next to that brick wall. So that's really, really exciting.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm breaking in here. Why the Purge? Why are we, Universal, why are we still going with the Purge? Seriously, it's been years. Can we not go with the Purge anymore? You're better than this, Hollywood. Don't go with the Purge, okay?
We don't know anything other than that, but I do have some speculation, because where American Horror Story and American Horror Story Roanoke was, the front is kind of like, it looks like a movie theater. So the rumor is that might be like a volume 2 of Blumhouse. Because as you guys know, if you guys went to Halloween Horror Nights last year, they did like a mixture of like all kinds of Blumhouse movies. I think it was Happy Death Day, The Purge, and Sinister. At least in Hollywood. So I think that because there's so much Blumhouse movies, and because Universal also, owns those rights, they're going to want to utilize that. And so there may be some Paranormal Activity going in there. There may be, even more Sinister. I know there's a lot you can do with Insidious, even though they did it last year. So that's the rumor. Also, another rumor, and I totally don't know if this is true, which I hope it's true, is Poltergeist. There's a lot of rumors that Poltergeist is going to be at Universal Studios, which is such a great movie.
Poltergeist scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah, and there's the clown and the tree, and there's so much like potential for a great maze.
Here's not to play devil's advocate though, but like Universal Horror Nights, really, do you think that the people to truly appreciate the maze need to see these movies? And that's the only problem I have with
well, not all the time.
With these mazes. Sometimes.
I went to Halloween Horror Nights, I think it was 2015, and they did a maze called Crimson Peak, and the movie wasn't even released yet. And I still really enjoyed that maze. And it was still kind of nice. But also, yes, like, I do definitely feel like it would definitely make you appreciate it more if you know what you're walking through. That way you can catch the little references and the Easter eggs that they put in there, because, trust me, they put a lot of those in there. Now, at Universal Orlando, they do have original mazes, and this year it's going to be more than any. It's going to be 10. Usually they do like 8 or 9, but this year they're going to do as many as they possibly ever have done. Sorry, I should say ever have done. And it's going to be 10. And so far we know that, yes, they're going to be doing Trick or Treat. They didn't announce The Purge, but they did announce that they're going to do Stranger Things. And then the other 3 so far that we know is Dead Exposure, which is going to be sort of like a... it's this zombie apocalypse that happened in Paris, and you get these vaccines to help prevent you from turning into an infected, but they make you temporarily blind. So a lot of this... I know that maze is going to be very dark. They're also doing Slaughter Cinema, which is like a little like trio of like campy B horror movies that I think is going to be a very, very fun maze to go through. And they're also doing one, I think that was just announced, that has to do with like a carnival kind of theme. Something about like, a roller coaster. I know for sure they announced it, but I know that it's kind of carnival-y, theme park themed. And that sounds good. And I think the great thing about Universal Orlando is that, as opposed to Hollywood, who's very, like, they're very structured, and it's very, like, the actors don't really interact with you all that much. Orlando, the actors will, like, follow you around, they'll talk to you, they'll harass you, essentially. So it has, like, it's a good split between Horror Nights and Not Scary Farm at Orlando. And I really, really enjoy it. I enjoyed it so much last year that we're going again this year. We booked another vacation because I just had to go and experience Orlando again. At least their Halloween attractions, because it was so much fun. And also you can kind of tell that their budget is maybe a little bigger. Orlando? Because Orlando's. Okay. Because they pulled out like all the stops, I remember when we were going through The Shining, in Hollywood, it was a lot of projections, and I know if you guys are familiar with The Shining, there's a scene where an elevator door opens and there's like a bunch of red blood that comes out, and it kind of like floods the hall. Oh yeah, it was just a screen. It was just a screen. With that picture. But in Orlando, it was an actual, they blocked it off, they glassed it up, and they actually had an elevator with like real, like red water, I'm assuming, we'll call it blood, gushing out and catching into a trap. And so it's just like little details like that, just like, wow, Orlando just goes all out. But that doesn't mean that I don't like Hollywood. I just feel like because Orlando has set the bar so high that now when I'm going to Hollywood, I'm kind of like, I just wish that it was as good. But I think maybe, and if you guys know, let us know in the comments below, that we might have to tear our mazes down just a little bit faster in Hollywood, just because it is a working studio. Yeah. And that next movie may be coming in, they need to get that out. They can't have something super elaborate like that going on. They just need to take it out and be done. Salem. Our cat. Cat. Yeah, and that was also another thing, too, that at Orlando, I think it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 4 of their mazes, 3 or 4 of their mazes were in sound stages. Because Orlando has sound stages as well. I just don't think they're as used as much. And yeah, so Orlando, a lot of their mazes were in sound stages, and it just made for some like really good special effects. And even the ones that weren't, like they just pulled out all the stops. So I'm hoping that Hollywood kind of catches up a little bit. But Hollywood is still fun. I don't want you guys to think that like I am like not about Hollywood, because I will definitely get front of the line pass. I will try to be there day one to go to Universal Studios Horror Nights in Hollywood.
Yes.
But it's just different.
Do you think we're gonna need front of the line pass first day?
You know what? I went to opening nights in 2014, and I did not need it at all. But the reason why I get front of the line pass is because it's kind of like insurance for me. It's like peace of mind that I'm like, okay, you know what? Even if it is packed, I don't need to worry about it. So I will actually spend the money, even if it's not needed, just to like for peace of mind, saying like, okay, like I know that I'll be able to at least hit up everything if it's a packed night. But it kind of sucks when it's not. But at the same time, I'm still happy I did it.
I definitely think if you guys choose to go further into the season, front of the line pass, front of the line pass, front of the line pass.
Yes.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Just do it, because it's worth your weight in gold when, 2 years ago, before I started working on Scary Farm, and we went with you, and we're going into Freddy vs. Jason or whatever, and they're like, oh, it's a 3-hour wait for a maze. I love mazes. I really do. And but I don't want to wait 3 hours for one.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be a freaking ride.
Same thing, and same thing with Scary Farm as well. Get the skeleton key, get the fright pass, get whichever you can, so that way you can make sure you write everything. Because Halloween, or sorry, not Scary Farm, has more things to do. They have, they have like 13 or how many mazes do they have?
Well, we have 10 right now.
10.
10 actual mazes. I want to.
And their
right
shows.
But
and
they're
so like they're like not Scary Farm has more to do. And so like you're definitely not going to be able to hit up everything on a busy night. You're going to need that fright pass or a skeleton key or something. Halloween Horror Nights, you can maybe get away with it, but at the same time, don't risk it. Just get the Horror Nights pass or the front of line pass. Horror Nights pass.
I'm going to say first night 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
The rest of the nights, just get it.
And you know what's kind of weird too? On Halloween, at least at Halloween Horror Nights, it has been like not busy at all. And I think because everyone thinks that it's going to be packed, so they don't want to go on Halloween. But Halloween is usually like, it's always been quite nice. I mean, I think the longest line was 40 minutes, but like whatever,
Yeah.
who cares? Dark Harbor 2, I went to Dark Harbor once. And Dark Harbor, I got the front of the line, or I got like their like little like skip the line pass or whatever, and it was unlimited, which is really nice. And it was like relatively way more cheap than Scary Farm or Halloween Horror Nights. But I'm still so happy I got it because Dark Harbor's mazes get long too. I think it was like a 2-hour wait for like Scary Mary or whatever that maze was called.
Yeah.
It was wonderful, and we kept being able to just go on it. So I think the bottom line is get those front of the line passes, fright line passes, front of whatever passes, and you'll have a great Halloween event. But I definitely am very excited for Universal Studios this year. I think it's going to be really, really fun, and hopefully we'll see you guys there. And if you guys ever see us, go ahead and give us a shout out, or you can come up to us. We do not bite. She bites. I don't. Yeah. But we would love to see you guys out there. So
remember, we're going to be hitting up Halloween Horror Nights. We're going to be hitting up Not Scary Farm, definitely. We're going to be doing a day in the life of a Not Scary Farm monster. And if we can hit up LA Haunted Hayride, that is definitely going to happen. Haunted Hayride, 1031 Productions, they do a really good job some years not, but I think that's what you're going to get with every haunt. Every haunt is going to have some years where they were outstanding and some years where they kind of lacked off a little bit, maybe saving money to just come back even better than ever on years. And don't forget, Midsummer Scream is going to be happening this Saturday the 28th and this Sunday the 29th, and that starts the announcements. Now, there's something that I kind of wanted to touch on because I was thinking about this during the day. Don't think that like you go into one convention in Midsummer Scream and they're going to tell you everything that's going on. That is not what's going to happen. As Universal Horror Nights has released 3 of their mazes, they may release 1 more and maybe a scare zone that they're going to be doing. Knott's may release 1 or 2 of the mazes, maybe 3 that's going to be returning. And obviously we know what the scare zones are, but they're not going to release everything. And then you're going to have Scare LA that's going to happen in August, and they're going to release a little bit more. So if you want to be checking out what's going on, follow their Facebook pages, because that's where they do put a lot of announcements up. And then remember that we will be bringing you the Not Scary Farm announcement live on YouTube on the 28th. And then in August, they will have the final press release, and then that's when most of everyone, including Horror Nights, Scary Farm, LA Haunted Hayride, that's when they make a full release around mid-August about what's going to be happening, and you can make up your mind which events you want to go to. See, if it was Mike and me and Jax, we lose about $1,000 in October. We go to everything that we can. But pick and choose what you want, because I know that's not always an option for everybody. But remember, Dark Harbor is going to be your cheapest, starting at $20. If you want that front of the line pass, it's going to go up to like $70. Obviously, Halloween Horror Nights, you're probably looking between $150 to $180, if not more. For their front of the line plus general admission, Knott's has deals out there, you guys. The season pass, where you get all 25 nights of Fear, is $85, and you can go every single day if you wanted to, Thursday through Sunday. Or get your tickets online, because they're usually about $45 to $50 to $60 depending on the night. If you go to the actual ticket booth, you're looking at $70 to $80. So keep that in mind. I know money. I know prices.
Good.
I think because I'm always the one paying for stuff,
well,
right? No.
Not me.
Should we open
I pay for my own stuff.
Should we open a can of worms and talk about McCamey Manor?
No.